everyone, hello, Chocolo Roberto here for another poll analysis. Yes, it's poll analysis time, yes. Yes, basically it's, as you don't know, you probably do, but it's a video where I just go over a recent poll I've done on the channel to see what the viewers and potentially subscribers and potentially just the random people on the internet actually like the most out of a selection of a few choices, usually centred around a certain topic. In this case it was chocolate selections such as Heroes, Roses, Celebrations and Quality Street. Which one did people like the most? So it's usually subscribers to the channel, I would imagine, that would see this, but it is open to everyone. And now I had going to put the results in the up here, I think it is. Yes. Yeah, going to put the results there in a moment. But it was a pretty good competition this time. Quite surprised actually by it, and the results should be there now. Yes, you see, Celebrations won. There was 46 votes, and Celebrations got 43%, so just under half basically. So about, I don't know, let's presume about 20 votes or something like that. Well, I'm very surprised by that. I mean, I really thought, I don't know, I just didn't think Celebrations were that popular, basically, but it just turns out that they are. I knew people liked them. I'd got rumblings of that from in the channel. People say, oh, like Celebrations, and a couple of people have said it's the favourites, but I never really thought it would equate to this much. I mean, obviously, it's 46 votes, it's not a massive sample size, but it's, enough, I think, yeah. So I'm just really surprised by that. I mean, Celebrations to me was always my least favourite because I felt it was just so normal, I think, for want of a better term. It just seemed, I know Heroes is kind of like, just regular sort of chocolate bars but condensed into a small form, but I don't know, Celebrations, Heroes had a bit of nuance about it, but Celebrations, these days especially, what with the fact it doesn't have the old Galaxy truffle in there anymore, and the Maltesers in there is actually, it used to be unique to that selection, but now you can buy it outside of it in the teasers bar, I think it's called. I keep forgetting the name of it. I think it's the teasers bar, isn't it? Yeah. So I just, I don't know, I just didn't think it had anything, but obviously people really like these, and I must admit they are nice though, I must say. I mean, it is nice just to have, the variety's pretty good in it really, it's, I think that's something about it, and I guess because the kind of real chocolates as such, they kind of maintain a bit of quality, whereas things in like Roses and Quality Street and stuff like that, they, ironically enough, saying quality, but they just have a sort of, they just feel like one thing and one thing only, whereas say like the Snickers, mini Snickers or something, is you do get basically a Snickers in small form, whereas in Roses or something, you just get something that's quite dedicated and maybe a bit, I don't know, maybe just doesn't sort of hit the spot as well. I don't know, really interesting. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you voted for, what you were, if you're surprised by this, or whether you're one of the people who did vote for Celebrations. It's quite close to second place between Quality Street and Heroes. Yeah, so that was what was that? 20 and 22%. I mean, it was. Well, I was going to say relatively close for all the next ones. It was relatively close, I guess, but those two were pretty much one vote in it, I think. So I'm assuming they got about 10 and 9 votes or something like that, maybe 10 votes for Quality Street, 9 votes for Heroes, something like that. Pretty, I don't know, just very, very, very close, really. But again, I don't know, Roses was so far behind. I was very surprised by that as well. I mean, Roses was always my favourite growing up, actually. I must say, I always liked Roses. And even up until a few years back, I think I would have said Roses was my favourite. But I must admit, nowadays, it just doesn't, it's just not as exciting as it used to be. And there's just something about it that's a bit mundane, really. And I mean, I'm not a big fan of Quality Street, but it's just got something a bit more interesting in it. A bit like Celebrations, like I was saying, it's got something, I don't know, it's just got something about it that's a bit more interesting, really. And I think Heroes for me is the same, really. I don't know, but Roses, I think for me, my favourite probably is nowadays is Heroes, to be honest with you. I don't know. I must say, they've all got the place, I think. I'm not really... It used to be very clear cut for me. It used to be sort of Roses, Heroes, Quality Street and Celebrations, I think, in that order was my favourite. But nowadays, I don't know. I think I could quite happily have between Heroes and Quality Street. I think maybe then Celebrations. I don't know. There's something about Roses which I've always enjoyed really since being young. But I don't know. It is. I've had it recently. It has been rather mundane. I think it's still got. I think it's still got something about it, and it's still got something for everyone, well, nearly anyway. I mean, well, has it really? That's the thing, there's no real dark chocolates in there anymore. I think Heroes, you get what you get. It's just Cadbury's sweet products, isn't it, really? You know what I mean? I think, I don't know. I don't know. It's a very strange one. It's a very difficult one, this one. And I think, but clearly Celebrations, it was massively ahead of everyone else, really. Sort of double the votes. I mean, obviously, double. I mean... Well, yeah, I mean, it was double the votes. I mean, 10 more votes than other ones, basically, the way it looks like. So I'd say if it's about half, just under half, so what did we get? So about 10, 9, 19, we had about 7, 26, another 20. Yeah, I think it does work about that. So I think you got 9 votes for Heroes, 10 votes for Quality, that's 19, but half of Roses, so about 7, about 26, and then about 20 for celebration. So it does roughly work out. Yeah, well, it does work out as 46. That's whether that's correct or not, I don't know. Maybe Roses doesn't quite have 7. I don't know. But anyway, whatever. That's roughly what it is. So yeah, interesting that. So, but yeah, just very. I don't know. I just don't know what to make. Let me know what you think. It's a very interesting result, this one, I think, and very. I don't know. Very damning, I think, of how Roses are perceived these days. Because I say when I was younger, or at least in my opinion, and just speak to other people, I think Roses was definitely a bit more popular than it is now, according to these poll results. So, but celebrations, wow, yeah, and yeah, it's just a bizarre one, isn't it? Bizarre, very interesting. Well, let me know what you think. As I say, what you voted for, whether you're surprised by this, or whether you're just not surprised at all, and this is exactly how you sort of think of it these days. But I say for me, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sort of reevaluating how I rank these nowadays. I've always said I like Terry's Chocolate Sensations actually, but I can only fit 4 on this one. So if I'd included that one, maybe things would have been different again. But I don't know. Yeah, I can only fit 4, and I don't class that as one of the big 4 really, to be honest with you. Even though I think it's probably my favourite, but it's a bit less. There's a bit less variety there. It's probably not quite the same kind of selection, to be honest with you. But so it's a bit one of those. But anyway, as I say, let me know what you think. Let me know what you reckon to these ones, whether you agree with this list or not. Are you surprised by it? I'm still not sure what to make of it really, but it's very interesting all the same, and I think it just goes to show celebrations. I'm still a bit in shock by how far ahead that one was over all the others. Yeah, very interesting. Well, leave a comment. As I say, let me know what you think, and I'll see you there. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye for now. See ya.